Live.
Hello. Welcome to the final day. We are currently T minus 20 minutes, and all very exciting. I'm ready to fall into a bed somewhere soon and not move for about 24 hours probably. Uh,
So
I,
normal working day for you then, James.
Exactly. I was about to say I expect to just sit in bed and get fed champagne and chocolate, which is my normal weekend.
Oh, you got it made.
Yeah, jeez.
But yeah, how are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent. Well, we're going to move on swiftly because we're streaming just for 30 minutes this time. So we're basically leading up to the final countdown, so to speak, and then we will say a few words about what's next. And just I'd like to say a few thank yous, and then that'll be it. Then after hearing from me on an annoyingly daily basis, you'll all get a bit of a break until we start to get moving. But I've booked a semi-week's holiday. I'm not really good at taking holidays unless I'm actually out in a different environment. And of course, we're still in lockdown, so that's not going to happen for the moment at least. But I'll be taking.
Just don't get caught on your holiday with your BlackBerry like I did on my honeymoon.
Drop it in the nearest ocean.
Didn't go down well.
Excellent. So 15 minutes to go, just about. So I thought the first thing we talk about is all of the things that we have unlocked, and there are a lot of them, aren't there?
There's a few. There's a couple of things.
I thought maybe we'd go through you guys what your favorites are. Anyone in the chat, if tell us what your favorites are as well. Would love to hear it. So let's should we go in clockwise order, but not me. So Sean.
I was just thinking about that. The Ceratops, the vegetarian models, the Ceratops and the Angelo are fantastic. I have my break morning.
The vegetarian.
It might be a little Irish coffee. They're all
sitting around a little bistro having some hummus and cup of coffee.
The other thing I really like, and it came out of the Social Pirates Dinos campaign, is the spawn tokens and the objective markers. I think that's just a small, cool thing that adds in a little flavor and customization for my own games and everyone's games.
Yeah, I agree. They're nice to have. They're also going to be great for Drowned Earth, where any scenario that involves tokens as well, and be able to choose the difference between them.
Right, I'll pass down.
Okay.
Mac.
Okay. Mac.
Well, that's easy. Pirate Queen, because pirates. Team Pirate, man. That model is awesome, and I can't wait for Matiu to usurp her and take over the entire pirate faction.
I like it.
Oh, that out loud. I'm sorry. I'm letting my plan slip.
Kindly, right? A kindly,
in a kind and generous way. He'll let her abdicate.
Yeah, no, I have to admit I have a bit of a crush on Dahu. It's James W. Kane is the sculptor, and he did the mounted and the foot version. But he is now. He did a fair few. I think he did something like a quarter of the models for. No, maybe not as much as that, but a fair few of the models for the first Kickstarter, and that was when he was relatively unknown, and he has since then had this meteoric career as a sculptor, and is now working with major companies making collector.
Of course, because you gave him his first start,
big scale collectors models and all of that kind of stuff. And he's really doing well, and he does not need to do any models for Drowned Earth at all. It's a big step down in pay cut because I can't afford his rates now, and he doesn't want to be doing tiny little things like this. He's doing these incredible. He did this amazing Batman cave that's like 40 kilos or something like that, and it's 3 meters across. It's amazing. But big thank you to him for stepping back down to our level and and working for us again. Simon, your favorite unlock?
See,
It's too hard.
it really is. I think that I love the Ceratops. Whilst I tried to keep it quiet, I was very much in Team Ceratops. And,
Yep.
you know, however, I think for me, it's between the Baryonyx. The character of the actual Baryonyx sculpt is outstanding.
Yeah.
But also, I'm really, as stupid as it sounds, I'm really looking forward to the tiles. Having watched the interview that you did on seeing how they're designed, I'm really looking forward to getting them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say mine, and actually, Simon, I'm with you. It's for me, it's the cave map. The being able to flip all those tiles and have well, not all of them, but a lot of them will have cave tile environment stuff on the reverse, and flipping the map and having a cave map reverse is just going to be really cool. And I just really like the idea of playing Drowned Earth underground. Like that just sounds like a really cool idea. And one other thing that I'm excited about both of those things and the tiles in general is that I know all the modelers in our community are going to start making display boards and scenery, terrain, things like that to suit that cave map. And I think it'll be
that goes completely against your beliefs, doesn't it? Will?
Yeah, that's not going to happen in our community. No.
What? No.
Be honest. If you started already,
I may have already started some possible, maybe.
Okay, so very quickly, Sean, what are people saying in the chat?
Yeah. Let's pull through. A lot of people agreed with Dahu writing. Baryonyx art, and then the model. Various conversations continuing on love for Anklo and love for Ceratops.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah.
I could have easily gone with either of those large herbivores because I think they're both amazing sculpts, and I cannot wait to have them in both games, of course. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes till liftoff, or the opposite, really. So unlocks we've spoken about. Another thing, of course, is that a lot of the things that we've unlocked in the Ulaya Chronicles Kickstarter have a use in Drowned Earth. What's everybody's favorite? How this will affect Drowned Earth as a game? Either by what you are most excited about using, the rules, new faction, whatever you want. So, Sean, thoughts?
As a Wayfarer, and just with all of the great dinos, it's the AI components. I've already set up my own personal demo where I run the dinos, and anyone coming to play with me it's one-on-one with them, so they're not playing against me. And then I would just do the dinos as to show off reactions. And actually, I think with Saberwolf, it was Bryce that gave me that idea once on a chat a year ago.
Yeah.
So being able to have the decks right there is going to be really cool because then they'll be there to show off, and it's just kind of like I'm running the demo. I'm just monitoring the demo, and the dinos are doing their thing now.
Yeah.
And all of the cool scenario stuff you can do with throwing the AI dinos in there is going to be really fun.
Excellent.
Now pass her down.
Yeah, the AI is really exciting for me too because it's almost like my Drowned Earth games are going to change to almost like an RPG in itself, where I'm kind of running my own faction and I can have the AI for the dinos impeding whatever I'm doing. I mean, I do that kind of stuff anyway, but to have kind of a set mechanic and not have to go off the seat of your pants while you're playing. So I'm really excited about that. But the Corsairs, I can't wait to get them on the table. And it takes a lot to pry me away from the militia because I love the militia. But I'm pretty excited. I think my Forek model's sitting over there glaring at me because he knows he's not going to be on the table nearly as much as the Corsairs are. So I'm really excited. That's what I'm excited about. And I know they're really for the Drowned Earth. But the other part that has me really excited is being able to use the profiles. This had been spoken about briefly, and I don't even know where this is in the playtesting, but bringing the line troops basically into the drowned earth.
Yeah.
Whether I use them as civilians, if I'm raiding a town or something, in any of that kind of stuff. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, another great answer. I actually had thought there was going to be a definitive hands down answer to this question, and there really isn't. Simon.
Do you know what? I love the AI is a big thing, but I'm really looking forward to having nameless grunts in the game for Drowned Earth. Just being able to add some cannon fodder, for want of a better word. Although the AI thing, I'm looking forward to certain people having stun used against them by the game.
I don't know who you could be talking about.
That stun conversation has become quite prolific the past couple of days.
Yeah. Well, just to explain, Bryce was talking about his maximum stun list on the Discord, and somebody said, maybe it's going to get nerfed now. The developers are going to look at it and say, no, we can't do that. But of course, we are really well acquainted with that list because we also
we may have broken that list.
how horrible would it be if somebody decided to max out as much stun as you could possibly get in the game? So yeah. But
there is something beautiful about the other team just standing there with their hands in their pockets going, well,
yeah.
What do we do now?
I'm really wary about denial tactics in games and getting the balance right, and I think the balance is right. It's kind of annoying, but it isn't that kind of crushing. If any of you have played Magic the Gathering, you can have that experience where just you're like, okay, so I'm going to do this, and the other player's like, nope, and I'm like, okay, well, instead I'm going to do this, and the other player's like, nope, and then I'm going to like, well, maybe if I do this and this, and you're like, but that's my deck, that's literally, those are my tricks, and I can't play with my toys, so something we're wary about. So my answer is related to the AI, but it's a nuance. What I'm really looking forward to is designing some Drowned Earth scenarios that are specifically about utilizing those AI dinos. So dinos guarding things, dinos being able to, having a particular objective in the game and building a story type scenario or even a sort of tactical type scenario around the premise that there are these dinos, and maybe this scenario design will interact slightly with the AI, saying, okay, they're not going to go outside this circle or something along those lines, but yep, that's my answer. So 5 minutes to go. We all thought that a really nice thing to talk about would be, we've obviously had the Pirates versus Dinos thing going on, and I am going to very shortly announce which team won and what it means, which is all very exciting. People in the comments can guess which team they thought pulled out ahead. But one of the really lovely things that happened is, of course, lots of community members got, really went with all of the little challenges and tasks and competitions that we sent. And I'm aware that we've got some competition winners to announce, which will happen week after, not this next week when I'm off, but the week after we'll get on that. But of course, we have some really cool and fun things that community members have done, and Sean is going to show them to us. You ready, Sean?
Okay. That is checking on one thing. I will say,
cool. Just
my poor little laptop is just struggling with 2 screens and getting all the stuff, but. As I am just about set up, a lot of this stuff was on our socials. So the Facebook fan group, which the good man, Gene Splicer, Matthew below me, set up way back in the first Kickstarter. And recently the Discord, which has really, through the campaign, blown up with great chatter, showing off everyone's projects. And it's been really cool to see people supporting and popping that up. So check out the 2 if you haven't joined. It'll help you keep excited until you get the game in your hands in a year.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready for screen share. I'll show you some of the stuff real quick as we go through.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get it up and let's get that.
All right. Nice. So this is going to be real quick and dirty because you can find all of these yourself. I've got to pop out Martin Paul. I think he is my MVP for stuff. Go check out his Instagram page. It's a Trade You Vault. Here's one picture of them. He has done so many webcomics of his pirates going on adventures to different games, different worlds. Just great stuff. He's also highlighted some of his terrain pieces that he's been building for the terrain event, and they all look great. There's too much to individually share, so check that out. Along with that, there is a bunch of stories that were created. Dan, Christoph, Aiden, and our own Mac here all wrote a story fluff piece. You'll find those on the Discord. You'll find those in the Facebook group. Do a little search around for them. Those are great. Speaking of our friend from down under, Bryce, our resident dino person, here's a cool bridge that he threw together for one of the terrain items. And while I'm talking about him, I would be remiss if I didn't throw up some of his family albums. Come on, you. There we go. There's one of his family albums of all of his dinos. He's trying to get every single dino and multiple, as he says. He will be the Wayfarer for all of Australia. So if anybody wants to play, there's another, and this is probably
the world.
Yeah, this is probably half of his stuff. All right, let's see. Let's keep her moving. Keep her moving here. All right, Mac is one of my favorite terrain builders. This man here, Christian Maitstrick. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I know you're watching. I love your stuff.
Yeah.
He uses real world. Okay, so that tree, that's a branch from a tree. He has been using like all sorts of real world stuff, making fantastic, fantastic pieces. Here's another, I forget what you said that was from, Christian, a HAB block MDF terrain that he made, spray painted inside, tagging. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's see here. Christoph Amos here. He's got some cool stuff, and he took some pictures off of content and made his own mask for the Times. I thought that was great and just a wonderful little.
I think we all need one of those.
Yeah, right. This is Kresk from Mike Cousins.
Yep.
He's been doing more models, painting. I did a class with him at Adepticon last year on his comic style, and it's great. It's very cool. It's very different. Check out some of his artwork. Support him as he supports us.
Epic Duck
Studios. Thank you. I'm moving fast so I can show a bunch of things. Thank you for sticking up. Mike, let's see here. Greg Heath is a friend of mine from Chicago. He usually does solo play stuff because he doesn't have a real good community. So he makes his own games. And this is just a picture of, he's got a bunch of battle reports, very thorough battle reports on the Facebook page. So if you want to see another great viewpoint of how the game is played, check out his stuff. And let's see. Oh, what's this? Hey! It's somebody's boat.
It's my team's boat.
I had to stick that in there. Some representative of our own resident terrain champion, Mac, and just how he taught me to walk through the dollar stores, walk through the thrift stores, find old toys from your childhood, and just
destroy them.
All right, on to some silly stuff. Matt Vile here made a papier-mâché dinosaur. That was just absolutely great fun. What we got here? Anybody know the game Camel Up? It's much better with Utahraptors. So you got Uta Up. Thank you, Ram, for that one. It was great. And at the last one I had to share is Scott Webster showed off some of the photos of the plastic craft destructed terrain. I know, Mac, you bought some. They've got bridges. They've got a massive tanker boat. I've been eyeing them up from Miniature Market in the U.S. for like 2 years on their sales. They're fantastic. Mac has some other pictures of them. If you can get them, they're all painted, ready to go, and really gives you some good elevation.
Snatch them up now.
Sorry.
I remember seeing those on Facebook and wondering where they came from.
And I had one last one. I can't show it all, but I'll just let her, if it'll show up. Jamie Egan, he even further beyond with his webcomics. Computer slow. And just this great... Come on, you. Well, it's not quite getting there, but here we go. He turned his into a video.
Yeah.
And it was just like the pinnacle when I saw it like that. That's brilliant. I love it.
I'm actually really looking forward to after the Kickstarter, I'll actually have some time to go back and look through, because these things have sort of flashed in front of my face while I've been doing other things on social media. I just haven't really had a chance to look at a lot of them, but should be fun on my week off.
They're great fun. So there's lots of great content that's been put out there. The stuff that I didn't get a chance to share, work in progresses. Everybody also keep sharing your stuff. And we'll keep the excitement rolling until we can get the box of Ulaya in our hands.
And we'll continue to run challenges on the Facebook page too, on the group, in the fan group. We'll continue to run different kind of challenges in there as well. So I'll be announcing the winners of that one.
Yeah, indeed, and also it's worth repeating that in the Discord channel, people are running regular sessions of a little one-page RPG, which is quite gratifying. Yep, we're done. We finished 4 minutes ago while you were talking, Sean. Can somebody shout the figure out? I think
85,343.
Bryce put it in the Kickstarter. Yeah. 836 backers, so that's nearly double the last Kickstarter. We did 45 last time, so pretty close.
I'm not sure we should have gone ahead with it, James. I don't think we did well enough.
Yeah, well, that was one of the sections that that I thought about talking about in this stream, and I thought, no, we probably don't have time. Running a Kickstarter in the middle of coronavirus, and whether it's a good idea or not, and some of the difficulties of getting it together in that. It wasn't. I regret it. I mean, ours is no Gloomhaven, but Gloomhaven managed to be, I think, the third highest funded project of all time on Kickstarter, not just games of all time. I mean. It's pretty amazing stuff anyway, but it was a bit challenging to begin with, but the result's all that matters.
This doesn't give you any excuse to cause another pandemic next time you want to run a Kickstarter.
Well, and one of the other great things about this, we've got so many of the backers are people who are new to Olmec Games, new to the Drowned Earth as a setting rather than just as a game. And that's really exciting. It means we've got new community members. It means that we might be getting some new Wayfarers. If you're interested in joining the Wayfarers program, then please hit up Simon or Sean or myself. And beta testing is another thing. If you're interested in helping out beta testing for Ulaya Chronicles or for Drowned Earth, we are always on the lookout for beta testers. So drop me a line on Kickstarter or on Facebook if you're interested in helping out with that. How's my levels now, by the way? I've ramped up the gain slightly.
Much better.
We're all good? Good.
Yeah.
So I've now completely forgotten what else we were going to talk about after after we finished. So what's the future of the game, I guess, and also what's the future of just some practical stuff. We are finished. I'm taking a sort of a week off. I'm not very good at taking weeks off anyway, but particularly at home with a computer in front of me, it's kind of impossible. Also, I've got the attention of several of the artists who we need to talk to, and it's always good to get on that, when they're not busy. They're not just sitting there waiting for you to give them work. You have to schedule it with them. So I shall be getting on a little bit of that, and I'll probably be thinking a little bit about the Pledge Manager, and which we'll put up sometime late June or maybe early July. We'll have a look at it. It's been ages since I've looked at the back end of Backer Kit, and I remember it being horribly arcane. I felt like I needed a sort of leather bound 4,000-page tome to try and translate it. But it kind of works. There's some kind of strange things about it, but we'll be getting straight on that. And then, you know, back to just normal service. Anybody who's excited about joining the Drowned Earth community in general, even if you only ever plan on playing Ulaya Chronicles, we'd still really love you to join us on Facebook. So that's facebook.com/The Drowned Earth, and all of that social media stuff, really. Anybody else?
I'm ready to design. I'm ready to be a gene splicer again.
Excellent. Well, we'll have to see what we're going to do next. Maybe a mini expansion for the Drowned Earth will be the next thing.
I'm there.
I'm feeling like, so how about that? I had this idea this morning, literally. So we've already been talking about new leaders, and we've already been talking about a class of model which gives each faction access to a special profile of existing dino types. What about some kind of baggage animal that each faction has, like a mobile base of operations, a mobile base camp that wanders around and buffs them in certain ways, or they can use it as a healing station, or something like that? How about something? I thought that might be a cool idea.
I think that's a really cool idea, because it could work sort of like you were saying as a medic station, a tech station. You know, if you do what I do with Hove and mess up your very first shot, and you're nowhere near. Nowhere near.
Could I just inflate a massive crash blanket when I try and jump off of buildings and miss?
Right. Yeah, well, what I'm thinking is that these things will be water and ground based only, so you won't be able to move them up buildings and things. So you would have to go back to them, but it's a lot easier to go back. You know, than it is to get two models to run across the board to heal or fix the weapon or something.
That other one doing something, the one who's got to fix your weapon or heal you, is kind of busy at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's super cool. And
so just a little thing I thought. And also maybe a scenario based on that, sort of take out your opponent's base camp. So yeah. Just some ideas there. So anything from the chat? Anything anybody wants to highlight? Anybody got any final words? Because we said we were going to keep this one short, and we're
quite a few people saving up for gene splicers for the next Kickstarter already.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to open up the number slightly. But that's it'll be great. It's a great way to expand the Drowned Earth range, and we've got a nice spread of people in different factions. The current gene splicers. There's still one I haven't spoken to. Somebody who stepped in after the other ones. None of those the dropout gene splicers. None of those spots were open for more than 24 hours. So obviously the demand for this is pretty high. I guess that's, other than just saying, Sean, shoot.
I just realized this will be coming, but we should say it live in the stream now. Pirates won.
Yes.
Team Pirates. Pirates. You locked it in.
It was really close, though, Sean, wasn't it? How close?
It was extremely close. Yeah, it was. I think it was 5 or 10 points when the Pirates crossed the finish line on. I think it was Sunday, midday Sunday, when they crossed the 250 mark. So keep a lookout, Team Pirates. Actually, keep a lookout, everybody. There'll be an update coming a little bit, right, James?
Yeah, that's right. So I'll announce it now. Basically, everyone in the campaign, regardless of whether you were Team Pirate or Team Dino, are going to get a pirate themed token. So the token set that we already unlocked. Everybody who's backed at core, everyone who's getting a core box is going to get the free Dino Hunt Dino and a token as well. So basically, the last island was determining whether you would get the spawn token style egg thing, or whether you would get the little pirate treasure chest, tech chest, I suppose we should call it. But very cool.
That's just a quick pirate.
Just a quick Thank you.
Right. It's all about the bragging rights.
Right.
On behalf of Yaka, Captain Blue Wing, who really kind of masterminded all of this, and I helped him facilitate it. Thank you guys for participating, having fun with it. And now we'll all shift together to, some people have called it Team Pirate Dino or just Team Ulaya.
I like Team Ulaya. I think
bolster the groups together as we make cool stuff for Ulaya Chronicles.
Yeah, yeah. Yoka couldn't be here, unfortunately. He actually has to work, which sounds like a horrible game. But thank you to him. And I wanted to call out individual people, and then I realized that there are quite a lot of people I'd like to individually call out. Inevitably, you always forget somebody. And so I've decided I won't do that on stream. I'm just going to contact people and thank them individually. But there have been, from within our existing community and new people, some really fantastic participation in the community, some fantastic effort in trying to help the Kickstarter, spread the word and get other people involved and all that kind of thing. It's been really, really heartwarming and very gratifying from a personal point of view. And some people have just gone the extra mile, and it is very, very much appreciated from me. And it's really what this community is all about. So thumbs up to everybody who's participated, everybody who's pledged, everybody who's helped out, everyone who's come on one of these streams on a weekly basis. Huge thank you, Sean. You've done an awful lot of work on the in the background promotional side of things. So that was very, very greatly appreciated. And generally, Simon, I think you'll agree the Wayfarers have done a great job at helping out, and you
stand up applause to all of you guys.
Yeah, you spent a fair amount of time galvanizing that effort, which was also really greatly appreciated. It's onwards and upwards from here on in. More people playing the Drowned Earth as well, I hope. More people in the community, and I'm looking forward to the next one. It might take me, 6 months to recover, but
more people in the community means we get closer to your Liacon.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, excellent. Well, guys, thanks all. We'll wind up there, but thank you everyone in the stream for watching.
Well, James, you mind if I throw something in real quick?
No, please do.
Is just to everybody that's in the Facebook fan group, or if you're not in it yet, go and join it. What we try to do, especially right now, to keep the momentum going, is we'll do challenges. Sometimes there's a prize at the end of the challenge, sometimes there isn't, but it's really just to motivate us all to get our stuff painted. And so we can't let James relax too long, so we'll need to flood the store with orders for stuff that's already out so that he can take multiple trips to the post office and get stuff sold. But that stuff is going on. We just finished a terrain one, and I'll be posting the results of that probably today or tomorrow. So congratulations, James.
Excellent. Thank you. Sir. That's very good point. I think both it's just to be clear, I think probably most of the people watching this will already know. There's the Facebook page. The Facebook page is slightly different to the Facebook fan group. If you're a member of the Facebook page, then I'm pretty sure if you go there, the Facebook fan group is linked in the right-hand bar. I think that's probably all we've got time for. So thanks everyone for being part of the stream, being part of the Kickstarter, coming along, generally being awesome. Thumbs up to us. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
See you later.